Hello everyone and welcome to DJ Charlie Sports World. Today's segment is going to be on my review and rating of LISABI the movie. The first part, LISABI the Uprising, was released on Netflix on the 27th of September 2024. It has been going strong for about 3 days now, while the second and concluding part will be released on January 2025. The title is LISABI, A Legend is Born. So, like I said, I'm here to do my rating and review. It's going to take a few minutes of your time, so please bear with me. Like I said, don't want to bore you, so please bear with me. I said it before I started though, ever be no. So, where do I start? Now, I'm going to start with my review of the movie, then I'm going to do the rating of some of the key actors that was in this movie. So, the review of the movie is, I don't know, I've been patiently waiting to do mine, but I've seen a lot over the social media. I've seen a lot on Instagram. I've seen a lot on Twitter. So the ones on Instagram, the critics on Instagram, the popular ones like Cinema Pointer, Maraposa, I've seen their criticism, and I've seen people's comment under them. So I've been patiently waiting to do mine. So mine is just going to be constructive. I'm going to talk about the movie itself. A lovely movie from the stable of AL Notions by Lateef Adedimeji and Adebimpe Adedimeji, the celebrity couple, directed by a great actor of repute. In fact, after LISABI, I've come to respect him. Anthillstudio Niyi Akinmolayan. He did a top-notch job. That is what I'm going to be basing on my own review of LISABI. The job by Niyi Akinmolayan, because people don't know what goes into movie making. They just see the finished product on their TV and in the cinemas, and they think, wow. They don't even know what goes into movie making. I mean, there's difference in being on set and acting the movie itself, and then you take it for post-production, editing and all. I mean, adding CGI, adding sound, adding a lot to bring out the finished product is such a beauty, and I must really give kudos to Niyi Akinmolayan and his team for a perfect job. Well done. Look at the cinematography on show in LISABI. Look at the costume. A costume that represented the era they wanted to depict 100%. It represented that era. LISABI's era, I think around 200 years ago, it represented that era. There was no darling about like the likes of Bashorunga, who was using ancient Greek costumes for a native Yoruba story and Oyo story, Bashorunga story. They were wearing Greek warriors costume all over the place, and I don't even want to go into that right now. Let me just focus on LISABI. So LISABI, from the costume to the cinematography to the acting, superb acting of, I don't know, legendary actors that were in the film. I don't know, from the acting, I'm going to rate it 10 over 10. From the costume, I'm going to rate it 10 over 10. The cinematography is 10 over 10. CGI effect and all. The effect itself, I'm going to rate the effect 9.5 over 10. The CGI, which I know were later added to it in the post-production, I'm going to rate those as, I think, 8.5 over 10. For a Nigerian standard, it should be 10 over 10, but when I look into the broad landscape of movie making all over the world, I'm going to rate it 8.5 over 10. You can see how highly I think of it. So they did an astonishing job. I must commend Anthillstudio a lot for this, and also AOL Notion Studio. That collaboration was stuffs made from heaven. I don't know. So I have to give kudos to Niyi Akinmolayan. So that is that about my review of the film, which I'm still going to go into in depth in a later segment. But because of our time, let me just rate the main actors that were in the movie. For me, I'll start with the director. I wanted to rate him with the actors so that he wouldn't feel left out. So for his direction of that movie, I'm going to give him 10 over 10. Let me just say, according to Premium Times Nigeria, a publication of one of the top newspapers in Nigeria, Premium Times, there is a publication in there stating that LISABI is the best epic movie yet in the history of Nollywood, which I must say I 100% agree with. So, and it was under the direction of Niyi Akinmolayan, so his flowers is, I mean, I'm giving him his kudos. So he's going to be rated 10 over 10. I don't want to waste time on that. It's 10 over 10 for directing that movie. So let me start with the actors. Let me start with the lead cast. Lateef Adedimeji, the great young actor ruling our screens in different characters. I don't know, another day it will come out as Zindike, another day it's going to come out as Iyapeju, another day it's going to come out with, I don't know, litany of different characters in epics, in Yoruba movies, your regular Yoruba movies and your regular Nollywood movies. Strutting is tough with English movies, English movie stars. For me, probably the best talent Nigeria has to offer right now, the most versatile, let me put it that way, because I can't think of any other actor that can combine all those things in his repertoire. He's a skit maker, also he's a musician. I can't really praise him enough. But like I said earlier when I started, people don't know how movie making works. This man, he executive produced this movie in a year that you've seen the litany of movies that has come out, and I must be brave enough to say that LISABI is the best. You see the likes of movies that Anthillstudio Niyi Akinmolayan has released, Tribe of Judah, all those, She Must Be Obeyed, and you see movies like epics like Jagun Jagun. I think that Jagun came out towards the end of last year, so let me remove Jagun Jagun. You see the likes of Bashorunga, you see the likes of the series Anikulapo Spectre, you see them, you see the likes of comedic movies like Adam Odadi and the likes of Alakada Reloaded. But I must say LISABI is the tops. And for him to have executive produced that movie and also act as the lead actor. I don't know, you guys, you don't know what that takes. That's an Herculean task. Do you know Hercules, the warrior? That's an Herculean task. Let me put it this way. Imagine a film like Ryan Coogler's Marvel movie, Black Panther. The Black Panther character, Chadwick Boseman of blessed memory, is dead now, sorry to say. Imagine him combining acting that superhero and also executive producing it, meaning he's the one who looks for fund, he's the one who will look for fund, thinking about monetary, thinking about putting everything in place, thinking about how people will sleep, hotel, food, eating, thinking about production costs, production itself. In a big production like that, where you see sound departments here and there, you see production department, you see sound, you see camera department, you see a lot of departments to take care of, and he did all those things, and he still acted as the lead actor in this movie. I'm giving him I don't know what else to give him. I'm giving him his kudos, his flowers. I'm giving him his recognition. He deserves all of it and more. To be able to portray that, I don't know if people know who LISABI AGBONGBO AKALA really is. To be able to portray that man and also executive produce the movie, for that I'm giving him 10 over 10. I don't know what you think, but for that I'm giving him 10 over 10. No doubt about that. So I don't want to go into his acting so much, but we all know he can deliver at the top of the tiers. Let me just say it that way. Look at how he transformed from being your regular farmer into a powerful warrior. Of course, look at how he blended being a friend. Look at how he blended being a community man. Look at how he blended being a warrior. Look at how he blended being a lover. Being the man. I really love that guy. He's, for me, he's the best right now in the industry. That's just what I would say. For me, he's the best right now. So that's my rating on him. Like I said, it's 10 over 10. If I'm going to do any in-depth rating into his acting, I will do that in another segment. So let me move on to Sir Ibrahim Chatta, the thespian himself. Mukira fún baba. Mukira fún baba. Mukira fún baba. I did it 3 times. He deserves all the flowers in this world. I don't know any type of flower. If it's roses, he deserves it. If it's, I don't know if it's leaves, if it's thorn, if whatever flower you can dream of, he deserves it for this movie. And you can book it right now. Go and tell them that DJCHARLIE said it. You can book it if you are a staking man. If you are a staking man, go and book it. AMVCA Best Supporting Actor in 2025. Ibrahim Chatta. That's done and dusted. They can't take that away from him this time. That is, I mean, that is set in stone for his performance as Olori Larry Shangodeyi in this movie. Look at, he had the grimacing look from the first scene that he characterized his face with, and he stuck to it throughout. He stuck to it throughout. For that alone, from his I don't know, the nose, the angles he's going to look at, that is going to portray him in the highest light. He knows, I mean, his mastery of that character. I mean, the only thing I can say is he's the only one who could have acted that character. I'm thinking of another person who could have. I can't think of any other actor who could have acted that character, especially not that way. He murdered that scene, that character. He murdered it. If there's anything over 10, I'm going to give him, but unfortunately there's not, so I'm rating him 10 over 10. So then the third person I'm rating is the Titan himself, the Ekiti man that the Egba people have stolen from us, but we are still fighting to get it back. None other person but Odun Adekola, the Alaafin of Oyo himself. I don't want to waste too much time. He killed it. He killed it. And I know he still has more to offer in the second part. So for now, I'm going to rate him. I'm still going to rate him 9 over 10 for me. He did a superb job. Kudos to him. Kudos to you, sir. So for the 4th person I'm rating is Debo Adedayo, also known as Mr. Macaroni. Mr. Macaroni. Oshokenu Oshole. Oshokenu Oshole. Oshokenu Oshole. I respect you, my brother. You did a fantastic job on this one. Even though your Egba was not sharp enough, but that is to be expected. You are not an Egba. You are an Egba man, but let's just say for the sake of argument, you didn't grow up there. And like I said, I understand because I'm an Ekiti man and I can barely speak the dialect that much. So the fact that you still had to learn it, the language, I'm sure the language department worked a lot with you and you still grabbed it. You tried the best you could, and I love you for that, my brother. Look at the acting. Look at how you combine being a friend of LISABI into being a lover of a baby, into being the great Oshokenu who killed 10 Ilari warriors and almost got to the Olori Ilari only to be shot down. You tried, my brother. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. I love you, guy. Then the 5th person I'm rating, this rating is not in order of their importance though, and it's not, I'm not going to rate everybody. I'm just rating the people who had many lines in the first part, LISABI, the uprising. I've rated I've rated 4 of them. The 5th person is Liqua Rose. I was stunned to see her performance because I didn't even know she could speak an iota of Yoruba like this. I didn't know she could even understand Yoruba language. From the little I know of her on social media, I thought she was just your regular dancer and celebrity personality who, of course, has a whole lot of endorsement and do a lot of videos on TikTok and Instagram. I didn't even know she was an actor. Imagine my shock when I saw her represent her role well. That baby, imagine when she was raped, look at the look from her. Imagine when she stormed back into her room. Imagine her calmness. She was trying to grab, sorry, she was trying to grab the hold of herself, thinking about what happened. Imagine her calmness, then imagine her hunger, and then imagine it culminating into her killing herself. I mean, it was lovely. It was lovely, 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 and I have to give her 8.5 over 10. I had to give her 8.5 over 10. I had to give her 8.5 over 10 for her portrayal of her baby. So the sixth person is one of my best actors. One of my best actors, Ibrahim Yekini-Itele, the icon himself. He never fails to kill his roles. He never disappoints me. It never disappoints me. I'm almost never surprised because I actually expect the top from him and I usually get it. He makes use of his strong voice every single opportunity he gets. I told him that his voice is his strongest selling point. I love his voice. I mean, he has a thick, booming voice and he makes use of it to the fullest. When he speaks, the ground shakes. So I love him. His portrayal of being a man of the community, being one of LISABI's main friends, and also going to be one of the warriors, I suspect, in the second part. He was virtually in most of the scenes that has to do with Egba. So for that, he had lines also. He had a lot of lines. He was the one who started singing when, if you've seen the symposium of when they were doing the courts where they were all farming, he was the one who raised the song, and then he was the, let me just, he impressed me. He impressed me, and I love him for that. For me, he's one of the best 5 actors that Yoruba has to offer right now. Yoruba land has to offer for me. In no particular order, I'm going to list them for you, my favorite 5 actors, and I believe they are the top 5 actors. Ibrahim Shatta Odun Adekola, Lateef Adedimeji, Femi Adebayo, and Ibrahim Yekini himself, Itele. Those are my 5 best actors for now. So I think those are the 6 major people who acted, who had lines in this movie. The 7th person is Ikeola, acted by Oyebade Adebimpe Adedimeji, who also produced this movie. And let's not say, for the sake of argument, I've been seeing clips of the director's speech at the premiere in Lagos. Look at how he gave kudos to the producer, that he didn't know she could combine producing that movie with acting, and she did a super job. Of course, I know she's one of the women who will be the lead in the second part of this movie, because she was the woman when those 4 entities came to empower those Egba warriors. If you could remember the Eye, she was the one the Eye empowered, and she was the one who went out to start recruiting female warriors. So for me, I know she's going to be prominent in the second part. So for her acting in this first part, I'm going to rate her 8 over 10. So there are other actors I'm going to list now that didn't have much lines in the movie, but I would like to just rate them 7 over 10, all of them. Femi Adebayo, Olumide Oworu, Gabriel Afolayan, the great actor himself, was also there. You have Eleniyan was there. Rotimi Olakunle, Eleniyan was there himself. Then you have Baba, like you have the chiefs. Baba Yinka Quadri was there. I could see him. So Babajide Kosoko was also there. I could see him also. And then you have fantastic women actresses of those times, like Peju Ogumola was there, Anthillstudio was there. And then you see Juliana, Olaide Juliana, also known as Toya Baby, was there. Auntie Eniola Ajao was there. You see, and she acted also. She did a great job of portraying her role. She was a little bit prominent also. Then you have Tope was there. Then you have my friend Kende Blaze, who was the female female actress who did the stunt at the end, who flew from the sky at the end, Kehinde Blaze. All of you should go and follow her. She's a great stunt woman. So all of them, and others also, there are some that I know I'm missing their names, so I will rate all of them 7/10 because I know they are still going to be prominent in the second part. Sorry, I didn't mention Shehu Ajayi, the Larry, but Ibrahim killed in the beginning. So you can see all of them are going to be fantastic in the second part. Those other ones that I said, they are going to be fantastic in the second part. So as a whole, I'm going to rate LISABI, the movie itself, 9.5/10. Why is because I believe the CGI would have been more improved on. You understand? But for Nigerian standard, it's 10/10, like I said. But for our own standard, is 8.5/10. So if the CGI is 8.5/10, it's going to bring my rating down to 9.5/10 for LISABI itself. Thank you so much. That is that about that on my rating and review of LISABI, the movie, the first part, the Uprising, released on Netflix on the 27th of September. And also have a quick note. Imagine the impact LISABI would have had if it was released by Netflix to the global stage like they initially said they would. So please, my people, let's add the hashtag everywhere on our social media platform. Hashtag make LISABI global. Hashtag make LISABI global. Hashtag make LISABI global. Let us pressure them to make this great movie that portrays the culture of Yoruba people. Let them make it global so that the outside world can see it. Nigerians in Brazil, in America, in UK, in Canada, in Australia, in other parts of Europe, in the Middle East, in other parts of Asia and the whole world, so that they can see. Even Caucasians can see how Yoruba people, the beauty of our culture. You see other Asians can see us. I mean, they love us. So let's beg Netflix, let's pressure them so that if we make the hashtag make LISABI global, if it turn into a trend and it reach them, the pressure will make them open it to the other side of the world so that they can see. Thank you so much and God bless. Then don't forget to subscribe to DJ Charlie Sports World. You know, I told you guys I don't only talk about sport. Look at me now talking about movies. I can do, if you subscribe to my platform and in turn I'm being able to monetize, I'll be able to do a whole lot of other stuff for you guys. So thank you so much. God bless you. Love you.